Hey, welcome back. Hope everybody is having a great day, and thank you so much for joining me talking all things Masters of the Universe. Today on the channel, guys, we're going to be reviewing and taking a look at the brand new vintage collection figure from MasterVerse, and that, of course, of Man-at-Arms. We'll take a look at the figure in the packaging, the artwork it comes with. Alright, we'll do some comparisons from this version of Man-at-Arms we see here from some other versions that we have gotten so far from MasterVerse, especially his new Eternia version that we got some time ago. Alright, and have some fun. Now, if you are new to my channel or first time watching, hope you will subscribe afterwards. Hope you'll hit that like button, and thank you so much for doing that. Hit the notification bell when I upload new videos, and please share this video. There's a passion and a love for collecting all things Masters of the Universe. Without further ado, take a look at the vintage collection version of Man-at-Arms. And of course, as we know, the vintage collection line is, I feel, I'm sure you guys feel the same way, is a tribute line from the Masters of the Universe of the 80s line that we got back in the day, of the vintage figures from the 80s right here, with the vibe and packaging, the figure itself. Even the artwork has that old school tone to it from the artwork as well. All right, so a very cool tribute line. All right, and I also believe this is a Walmart exclusive. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below, but I believe this is only a Walmart exclusive. And as of filming this, I believe at the Walmart app, I believe he's still up for pre-order. Now you're probably asking yourself, where did I get mine? And of course, I got mine off of eBay. All right. Some sellers out of California, where I believe the Walmart brand is based out of, gets early access to these figures. So check Walmart. Check eBay if you're interested in getting these figures. Now you're gonna be paying a little extra. It's gonna be a little extra price to find them. Hopefully you can find them if you want to get them early in your collection, guys. Because I don't know exactly when he's going to be available to the full public. So check out eBay if you wish to get these figures early enough, or to just, do the smart thing, which, and of course, wait and pay this normal price. But, if you want to get it early, check out eBay. All right. There we go. All right. So we got, of course, the 30 points of articulation. You get the MasterVerse logo here. And of course, we will take him out of the packaging, guys. But I'm going to keep him in this plastic prison. But I will remove him from the packaging, guys. All right, during this video. All right. So we got the MasterVerse logo. We got the red rocks blasting around him, or blasting around the MasterVerse logo. And there's that old school version of of clean shaven Man-at-Arms, right there with his mace right there, looking really nice. Vintage collection, Masters of the Universe, Man-at-Arms, heroic master of weapons. You got the Mattel logo right there. You got that old school vibe and feel. Of course, this is a tribute line of the the old school, even the Origins line kind of way. The vintage packaging right here. No side artwork right there. There's more rocks right there, either side right there. Of course, there he is right there. Nice old school artwork right there with Tila, which we do know for a fact that we're going to be getting her soon from the vintage collection right here. And there's nice shots right there, including swinging mace. And I like this. I like the fact that you can store the weapons on the back of him right there, including a dagger right there. Looking nice. Little tribute right there, of course, about the vintage collection. Alright, so let's get him out of the box, at least, and remove the weapons. Alright. In fact, while I'm doing that, I'm going to put my new Eternia version right here, and my Revelation version of Duncan here. And I think, man, so I think this is going to be our 1-2 with the Man of War figure as well, and we have Old Man, banished version of Duncan. So I believe this is going to be our 5th version now of Duncan. But hey, I'm not complaining. Not at all. Not at all. Alright, I'm going to get these. There we go. Alright. Here he is. Here's old Duncan right here. And he looks amazing, guys. Very, very cool. The first thing that stands out to me, guys, is the green. The green has a very bright tone to it, very bright compared to the other versions. You know, if you can see right there, this has a more dull green. Like this is the new turn. This one right here, guys, is the new Eternia version. Oops, right here, compared to his Vintage Collection version, guys. As you can see, the green really stands out from the Vintage line. All right, I'm gonna see if I can get the head sculpt pushed up more. There we go. Now with the new Eternia version, as you remember, there was multiple head sculpts and classic helmets from, you know, that figure that you can remove. And I believe you can do that right here. So this is the new Eternia. I think you can do that. Yeah, I think you can. If I remember correctly, I think you can pop the hat. Yes, you can. So with the new Eternia version of Man-at-Arms, you had multiple multiple helmets that you can mix and match with your figures. This is more of that Lords of Power helmet that I like to use with this version of Duncan right here. Now, with this version of Duncan right here, I don't believe that the helmet can be removed like the other version, because I think this helmet right here with the Revelation version is the same helmet that went along with the new Eternia version. I know it's kind of confusing, but with all these varieties of Man-at-Arms we've gotten from MasterVerse, I believe I'm correct. I believe this helmet, I think, or at least the head sculpt. Yes. So this head sculpt right here came with the new Eternia version of Duncan right here. All right. That's why the helmet could fit perfectly on this version. And I can't remember exactly the head sculpt for the Revelation figure of Man-at-Arms came with, because I like this head sculpt better. With Duncan, with the with this figure here. But as you can see, the styles is similar from helmets here, guys. I hope I didn't confuse you guys. But also, you can see with the Revelation version as well, the green has a very dull look to it right here. All right, even the shin guards has a different tone to it, and especially you can see they're trying to do something similar with the new Eternia version right here in the chest plate right here, with a different type of orange in the center of the breathing apparatus, you know, tube right here, or center of the chest plate right here. Now, of course, if I can get him standing up here, guys. All right, let's go ahead and I'll turn on the turntable here, guys. I'll get the rest of the stuff out of the packaging. All right. All right. So of course, I think the good guys, or the heroic, warriors, get the blue bag, and the bad guys get the red bag. All right. Go ahead and open this up. All right. So wow, okay. I was not expecting this, but he does come with an open hand and a fist right there to give, Skeletor and his evil warriors a bop on the nose right there. Looks good. All right. This dagger looks very nice. Looks very cool. As you can see right here, where you can plug it in the back of him right there. I'm kind of curious if So in some ways, the Vintage Collection version of Man-at-Arms is very similar in a way to the new Eternia version with the backpack here. All right, very interesting. I don't think the Revolution had that version. No. Okay. And also, as you can see, you get the ball and mace, which is very similar it's different, but this has more flexibility. It's got more movement here, as you can see from the new Eternia version, which was just a one-shot piece right here with no movement. So they improved. They improved the ball and chain from the new Eternia version right here, guys. All right. Now, let's talk about, this, which is a cool feature with the dagger and with extra hands, which is fine. But here's my personal opinion about this, about, the extra accessories and, the backpack, with Duncan here that you can still, which is a cool thing, which is very cool. But to me, the vintage version of Duncan, and let me know in the comments below your thoughts about this. You know, the vintage version of Duncan did not have those features. Did not have the ball and chain. You know, at least I don't remember. And I do have the vintage version of Duncan. Here he's right here. The old school 80s version right here. All right, so here is the, the 1980s variant of Duncan right here. And as you can see, similar kind of his sculpts with the nose shaven mustache. But as far as the figures are concerned and his accessories and weapons, all he had was, of course, the mace, which we do get. Okay. Now the other items that we get, which is it's nice, and I'm kind of curious. Will this pop off? Hang on. Hang on, guys. I'm trying to... There you go. So, if you have the new Eternia version of Duncan, I mean, you can always plug and play. Now, the yellow, it's going to be, of course, different right here. You can see the different styles and colors here. But, you have a mace now, a ball and chain that actually can move around. So, if you wish to go that route, you can do that. All right? But as far as the other accessories, like the dagger, he was not included with the vintage figure from the 80s line. So if you want to pay full tribute to the figure, personally, I think, I think they should just give us what we have right here. The mace right here and the figure itself. Not even the backpack right here or the back of him should not be a part of this figure at all. All right, this is my opinion. I'm kind of curious what you think about this. And like I said, I like the idea. I like the extra weapons and that you can store on here, but we didn't get the dagger. We didn't get the mace that with the ball that you can, spin around. We just got this. This was our Duncan right here. So if you want to pay tribute to a great figure from the 80s, just give us what we got back in the 80s. I mean, I know I'm nitpicking here, but that's the only downside I see with Duncan here. Other than that, he looks amazing, incredible. The detail looks amazing. I love the armor, the two-tone armor to the face sculpt, the clean-shaven version right here. Of course, with the other variants now of Duncan, if you want to give him more of that Filmation style look to him, you can do that. I believe you can pop the head off if you wish, and go from there. But let me know in the comments below. All right. Your overall thoughts. And look at, just try to get these guys standing up here, guys, if I can. Oops. Just give me a second, guys. All right. So you can see firsthand, some of the versions of Duncan we've got in MasterVerse. And ask yourself, which one has been your favorite variant so far in MasterVerse? All right. And these are all really good. In fact, let me get that old man, banished version of Duncan here. This guy right here. So we have him as well in the line. And of course, we got the Man of War version as well. If I get him standing up properly. All right. But all in all, I mean, a great figure. An amazing figure to add to the collection, guys. And hopefully I can find a second one. I'm still on the hunt, everybody, to find myself a second vintage collection version of Stratos from Walmart. On the app, he's been completely taken down. So I'm hoping that I can find that Stratos very soon to do a full unboxing with you guys. And hopefully, same can go with Duncan, with Merman, with, of course, Tila, very soon on the channel, guys. But there you go, everybody. Now, of course, as far as the vintage collection, guys, is concerned, for me, I've had some bad luck as far as finding these figures at Walmart, because I believe, like I said, I believe this is a Walmart exclusive, and for some reason, I don't know why. Maybe it's just my town where I live at, or maybe in general. But as far as the vintage collection figures is concerned, the only figure I've seen at a Walmart, at my local Walmart, is Faker. That's it. Skeletor never showed up. All right. Zodak either. Okay. And then right now, hopefully, like I said, Stratos will be coming very soon. I'm hoping. All right, very, very soon. I'm fingers crossed. Because if not, because he's not been taken down from their website, hopefully I can find a good one, another one at a good price off of eBay. But I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that I can find this, Stratos, and of course Duncan and whoever and everybody else that comes at Walmart. So fingers crossed. So hopefully when I do that, guys, I will let you guys know, and we'll do a full unboxing. All right. All right, guys. I'd like the time now, of course, to thank my subscribers. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys, for this, I guess, review and unboxing of Duncan here from the Vintage Collection, guys. Let me know in the comments below. We'll be picking him up for your collection, guys. Amazing. Absolutely amazing, guys. Like I said, the detail is incredible. The look of him has that old school vibe and feel. The packaging, of course, from the Vintage Collection. Incredible. Everything just beautifully done. All right. And I'm looking forward to getting Tila and Merman and anybody else for this line here, guys. All right. So thank you for joining me today, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell with our new videos. All right. And tomorrow, I'm hoping, guys, just like Duncan here, I was able to find early, the Scareglow Starscream Transformer Origins figure. Yes, you heard that. The Starscream, like I said, some sellers out in California get early access to these figures, and I guess some sellers were able to get their hands on that Scareglow Starscream figure from Transformers. All right, and I should have it in my hands by tomorrow to do a full review. So stay tuned for that too. All right, it's gonna be like this, a semi-unboxing, but we'll at least get him out of the packaging, guys, to take a look at his features, the glow-in-the-dark features, and everything about him. All right, so hopefully you can come back and join me for that. All right, so hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys real soon. Take care, and have a good one, everybody.